So you're at Disneyland and you're a little bit thirsty, but you've had your fill of that Anaheim water through the hydration stations.
You could buy a bottled water or ask for a free ice water from any local food spots.
True, but why not go for something fun?
We have 5 delicious drinks that will quench your thirst on your trip to Disneyland.
And the Magic Key fun fact. This time we're going to Refreshment Corner in Disneyland on Main Street.
Well, here we are.
I'm Jason.
And I'm Cassie.
And welcome, cast member, to the MagicKeyCast.
Here's 5 of our favorite fun beverages we've ranked on a scale from 1 to 5 keys.
We rank these 5 drinks off of 3 factors. First, taste,
Price,
and fun. For our first drink, we're going to stop in at the Refreshment Corner on Main Street in Disneyland. The first drink is a vanilla Coke. I mean, I'm a fan of vanilla Coke, based on the 3 factors of taste, price, and fun. So I'm going to give it 3.5 keys out of 5.
I'm not a big Coke person, but I do like Diet Coke and Diet Soda. So I would give the vanilla Coke a 4.5 out of 5 keys.
Well, for me, my ranking is based upon primarily the fun factor for me. There's a lot of nostalgia around it. You know, my dad used to take me to get sodas all the time. It was kind of our thing, and I do remember going there frequently as a kid. And as far as the cost, $5.29 for a large soda there in Disneyland. It's a pretty good price.
I like having the ability to choose what flavors, and it's no calories, so I don't have to feel guilty.
But you're talking about if you go with the diet one.
Yeah.
All right.
Sorry. And for our next beverage, we're going to head over to Galaxy's Edge over at Docking Bay 7 for our cold brew black calf. So this drink is really, really refreshing. This is probably one of the best cold brew drinks I've had. And I actually looked up the ingredients and I thought it was really neat because it has cream cheese in it. It's fantastic. It's like having cold brew and cereal at the same time. So taste, I already said it's fantastic. It is $7.29, which I would very gladly pay that price repeatedly because I pay that for a Starbucks drink anyway. So for fun, it's absolutely fun. At first, I didn't think I was gonna like the little Cocoa Pebbles on top because I was just kind of like, that's strange, but it just adds some kind of like je ne sais quoi. So I would give it 5 out of 5 keys.
Well, for me, I'm going to give it 4.5. Yeah, 4.5 keys. The reason being, it's not quite the perfect drink for me, but it is delicious. It was something that we had planned for our last trip. Like, oh, we got to go when we're in Galaxy's Edge. We didn't have one the last time we were there. And it was really nice because we were able to take a break. So, you know, as far as the fun of it, it's like you're having this really cool coffee drink. We kind of wanted to pick me up at the end, near the end of our night, because we still had about 3 hours left to go. You're drinking coffee. It does have that wonderful cream cheese flavor to it that kind of made it feel almost like the milk would get when you're having cereal, right? And Cocoa Puffs. I love Cocoa Puffs. So it was just a really fun, enjoyable drink. The price, like you said, it's not too much out of the range where you're like, that's a little overpriced for what it is. You know, we've paid more for other types of drinks at other places. For our next drink, we're heading over to DCA in the Avengers campus area to Pim's Testing Lab. And I just had to try the Poppin' Particle Punch. It just sounded like so much fun. I mean, it's a non-alcoholic carbonated beverage. It's got kind of a fruity, pineapple-y flavor, a little bit of grenadine, and then the poppin' factor, they call it something else, but it's pop rock. So it was pretty fun in the drink. But what did you think of it?
I liked it. I thought it was really good. I'm not a very big soda drinker other than the diet sodas, but I mean, as far as that goes, it wasn't too sweet to me, even though it has candy in it, but it still wasn't very sweet. And it was really fun because it's got the little it's floating, like they're floating in there because of the bubbles and the carbonation. So and I really like Pop Rocks. I really like Pop Rocks, and I really like nerds, and I like candies. So I would give the Poppin' Particle Punch 4.5 out of 5 keys.
I'm gonna give it 3 out of 5 keys. Price of it was $7.49, which wasn't too bad. It was actually a pretty small drink, and if you can't tell, I'm about 6'2", 6'3". It lasted about 2 or 3 sips. But the Pop Rocks in it was really fun because it did have a lot of that coloring to it that you see in the Ant-Man and Wasp movies, and I really like that immersion factor. So for me, it was high on fun, but as far as when it comes to price and the taste, it's a little bit on the lower side. Would I have one again? Yeah, but it's not going to be the first fun drink I'm going to go looking for when we're over at Avengers Campus.
The next drink is the Mint Julep. So this can be found in a couple of different places. So the Mint Julep Bar in Cafe Orleans, and it can also be found at the Blue Bayou. I really like mint. I enjoy mint, but I know it can be a really strong flavor for a lot of people, but I really like it. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it because it's not super duper sweet, and it's very simple. So if you don't want something that's really overpowering and you like mint, I feel like that's a good option for you. I also feel like it's fun because it's kind of a couple different things. It's got the mint and the sweetness and the tea.
It gives a little bit of that southern charm to it as well, right?
You feel a little fancy when you're drinking it. So,
what are you doing today, Cassie? I'm just here at Disneyland having my mint julep.
I'm just having my mint julep. As far as the price goes, I feel like it is a little bit pricey because it's about $7. But I mean, as far as drinks go in the park, you're not really going to find anything that's specialty drink for lower than that other than your fountain drinks. Only for that reason, I would probably give it like a 3.5.
Well, for me, guess what? I'm going to rank it even lower than you. I'm going to give it 3 keys for this. Now, don't get me wrong. It was really refreshing. And when we had mint juleps along with our meal at the Blue Bayou, which we'll have that video coming up for you soon. And it went excellent with our dinner. But it wasn't something where I'm thinking when we go back again soon for Star Wars night that I'm going to be like, ooh, that's the drink I got to go find. Whereas with some of the other ones, I'm kind of going to go back to it. Vanilla Coke's a staple for me. The cold brew with the Cocoa Puffs, that is a must-have again.
Especially on Star Wars night.
Exactly. So for our final drink, we're heading back over to Galaxy's Edge to the blue milk stand. And it's the blue milk. When we went, gosh, just about over maybe around a year ago, it was the first priority drink that I had to have. I personally, I enjoy the heck out of it. You know, you can talk a little bit about the ingredients, but for me, this is my 5 out of 5. I enjoy the taste of it. I thought it was really just a fun taste, refreshing. I'm okay with the price. It doesn't bother me. And the nostalgia. I grew up on Star Wars. My parents' last date before I was born was going to see A New Hope. Star Wars is in my blood and our background, if you can't tell. So for me, blue milk, it's a 5 out of 5. What about you, Cass?
So I don't have as much of a tie to it as you do. I'm sorry. So it's coconut and rice milk based with some fruity flavoring in it. It's about $8.99, and I feel like it's a little pricey for what it is. And I'm just not a big fan of that fruity flavor. I feel like it would have been fine if it's just the blue milk with the rice and the I know they got to do their own thing. I get that. I understand that. But I just like that fruity flavor is just kind of like, it hits me weird. So I would probably have to give it 3 out of 5 keys. Sorry, honey.
It's all right. You have every right to your own taste and opinion. Plus, now I have a guarantee that you won't drink my blue milk.
And now it's time for the Magic Key Fun Fact.
This time, we're going to Refreshment Corner in Disneyland on Main Street, the very place that you can get that most delicious vanilla Coke, or any other flavoring Coke that they have, really. But the cool thing about this fun fact is, rumor has it that Walt himself has an impact on this interesting fact. If you're standing outside Refreshment Corner, you'll see the array of different colored lights, red and white. And they're alternating, which is really fun, except for one of them. When you get to a corner, it seems that when electricians did the lighting, that there wasn't the right number to make it alternating perfectly. So when it got to this one corner that's over the entrance of the door in the upper right, Walt went, well, just paint half the light bulb red and the other half white. And ever since the opening of Disneyland, when it's been there, it is still the same way to this day.
Next time you're at Disneyland on Main Street, stop by Refreshment Corner, look up, and see if you can spot the half-painted light bulb.
I'm Jason.
And I'm Cassie.
And thanks for joining the cast. Hey, check out these other videos while you're at it, and leave us some feedback. You know, leave a comment in the comment section on what your favorite drinks are. We'd like to hear them. Maybe there's stuff we haven't tried yet. And of course, hit that subscribe button. And we thank you for checking out MagicKeyCast. I got a Mickey Mouse shirt on, and you got Mickey Mouse ears. You're Cassie and I'm Jason.